Hello and welcome back to Ray's Gaming and More Wilds. Today it's time to talk about high rank side quests because not only is there actually quite a few to think about, but a lot of them unlock key mechanics and features you'll regret ignoring. For example, yes, the armor and Powercharms are back, so without them in your inventory, you're literally taking more damage and dealing less than you could if you had them. So let's run through the list of your most important side quests, how to do them, what you get for them, and so on. Initially, high rank will begin at the end of the main story. You'll be somewhere below hunter rank 10. It all opens up after you complete the first capture quest for the newly landed Yian Cuckoo. Let's begin with the Palico questline to unlock all the important Palico support skills. So we're in high rank and the Palico wants to speak to you. This is the first side mission, Healing Help. All you need to do for this one is use a capture net on a vigor wasp anywhere in the game. To find these, I'd recommend you just pull up the map, use the filter, and find a close vigor wasp. Run over, capture net it, and then you can take it back to the base camp where you can show it to the Palico. With this, it learns the Attract Vigor Wasp support skill, which will help for some free extra healing during your hunts, should you need it. The next one offered to you will also be an important one. It's the side quest Flash Course that again you'll be offered for your Palico. This one will also require you to go capture net a specific endemic life. In this case, it's actually going to be the Flash Flies. These are just the yellow flash flies that you find out in the open. If you hit them or pop or interact with them, it's like an AoE flash pod in that location. Fortunately, in the Windward Plains, there's one super close to the base camp. Just head on out and go through Area 7 towards Area 8, and by one of these big fulgurite pillars, just by the side of it, is indeed a flash fly swarm. So just as before, we hit that with the capture net and bring that back to the Palico. This unlocks the flash fly cage support skill for the Palico. So occasionally mid-fight, the Palico will put down this cage and you can just press circle on it or whatever associated button and pop an AoE flash. That's great for a mini CC on the monster, or if it's flying, it'll bring it straight out of the air. Next up will be a little bit different. When you're hunter rank 15 plus, you'll be offered the Palico side quest Wrath from Above. This one you'll need to go speak with Alma or start a quest in the 10, and it'll be an optional quest as shown by the yellow side quest icon by the quest listing. And this one's pretty simple. All you have to do is go hunt the Cumatrice that it's going to offer to you. And throughout that hunt, the Palico's going to use this new ability that it's trying to unlock. It's basically like this funny flying aerial cannon, but with some of the bigger blasts, it seems to be able to stagger and maybe help knock down the monster. For you though, you just hunt the Cumatrice like normal, and once it's defeated, the quest will be done. So go speak with the Palico back at the base camp again, and now it'll be unlocked. After that will be hunter rank 20 plus for the next one, where the Palico will talk to you about unlocking the Plunder Rang, which is a really useful tool, not actually that direct for the combat, but it just means that the Plunder Rang is going to steal a little bit of extra loot from that monster. So complete the optional quest Perfect Plundering, and again the Palico will just automatically use the tool at some point during that. And after speaking with the Palico again back at camp, it'll be unlocked. The last thing we can do in terms of quests is the Revival skill. That'll require the side mission from your Palico, a gutsy move, where you need to actually capture a giant vigor wasp compared to a regular sized one. These don't seem to always show up. So for me, I went to the Windward Plains and I did so at the time of plenty. If you didn't realize, once you're in high rank, you can actually go to a tent, for example, go to the barbecue meal option, and there under cook a meal is also rest. So you can set it to like daytime, time of plenty or whatever, and that's when giant vigor wasps should be around. But anyway, all that I did to find one of these is filter on a map by traps and environmental, and then in the list, if it's time of plenty, see if there's a giant vigor wasp. The one that I found in the Windward Plains is also not even that far from the base camp, over by Area 10 here. So as before, just approach it, use the capture net, bring it back to the Palico, and with that, we'll unlock our final skill. So well worth the effort. Next up for important side quests then, let's talk about the all-important Armor Charm and Powercharm. These items return again and will annoyingly take up 2 slots in your inventory, but it is well worth it. For simply having the Armor Charm in your inventory, you will take slightly less damage. For simply having the Powercharm in your inventory, you will deal slightly more damage. So it's a no-brainer, well worth the 2 slots. To unlock these, we'll start at hunter rank 15 or above in Suja. There's those 2 NPCs that came with Fabius at the start of high rank in that main quest line. The first one comes from Cobb, and it will be the optional quest Secure the Wounded Hollow, where you'll need to fight 2 Hirabami in the same hunt at the same time in the arena. So pull up the optional quest and go do it, and remember that you can separate the 2 by using the gate if you need to. Once complete, head back to Cobb and get your reward, then be sure to find it in your item box and actually put it in your active inventory pouch. then save the loadout so that it's always there. Similar to that then, once you're at hunter rank 20 plus, you're able to get the As Gatekeeper side quest. This is the one that unlocks the Powercharm, and it'll be offered to you by Rex instead. This time you have to defeat 2 Ajarakan in the arena, which is slightly harder, but fortunately it does bring them one by one, so not so bad. So after completion, head back to Rex and get your Powercharm. Make sure you go to your item box just as before, put it in your active inventory in your pouch, and save that loadout. Next up, let's talk about the material retrieval system, which is basically the Wild's version of the farm. How it works is actually quite simple. There is an NPC in each of the towns or the tribes, so there's 5 total. You want to unlock each of these for each locale. And when you've done that, you can visit Nata at any of the base camps to speak with him for that tab, and that'll let you access any of the material retrievals that you've currently unlocked. Each of these NPCs will be able to look for specific materials for you, but none of them are all the same. For example, some of them are going to be able to offer you honey and others can't find honey. And as another example, some of them are going to be amazing at finding honey, and some of them, even though they can find it, will be quite bad at it. So having a look for the selection once you've got them all unlocked and working out who's going to be actually good at getting what and what do you need right now, you probably make some changes around it when you need to. This farm system will slowly progress and find more and more stuff as time passes, so as you do more hunts. But if you choose to rest at the 10, that will also progress time and therefore slightly improve the stock that you have, as another trick that you can do. Let's talk about where you get these things. Firstly, in the Windward Plains then, we are going to get the side quest for the material retrieval unlock, which is find a Gypsaros during the time of fallow. So the side quest is called Beware the Gypsaros. It's not actually an optional quest then, you're going to need to actually find a Gypsaros. You could load up the time to fallow, which is when they spawn on the Windward Plains, and then just hope one spawns or wait until one does. Either way, hunt it, defeat it, whatever. From there, the material retrieval NPC will ask you what do you want them to look for. For the material retrieval in the Scarlet Forest then, this is of course with the woodwards, so go speak with them. This one, they're going to want you to defeat a high rank Congalala in a hunt and bring a high rank pelt to the main wood. Again, you're going to need to go find an actual Congalala on the high rank map though. So make sure you load it into the time of plenty where they're more likely to spawn, and be sure to go hand in the quest Make Fluffy Dealings when you are done. This time it's actually Plum Peach that's going to do the material retrieval for you, so get that active and you're good to go. Next, let's talk about the one in Oilwell Basin. This one's of course in the tribe town. Go find Ada and then you'll be asked about a Rompompolo. So once again, go defeat the requested monster and then come report back and get the material collection activated here, this time with an NPC called Saba. Next up, we have one that actually comes from Suja. There's an NPC there called Apar, or Apar, and this one actually unlocked for me after progressing the main quest at hunter rank 15 or above, where you're introduced to the virus. After I completed the main quest and unlocked the evasion mantle, I also was updated about Suja and Apar, who just gave me the material retrieval. So thankfully, a pretty straightforward one. Our last material retrieval quest then is Astonishing Adaptability. This one of course in regards to Sealed, and as you go do the Zuu optional quest, which when complete, again you go speak with the NPCs and get it unlocked. When you've got all 5 done, that's it, that's the farm fully unlocked. Next up, let's talk about an interesting couple of side quests to do with Gemma and Werner, as they're going to unlock a mechanic called Hunting Assistant. A Hunting Assistant is someone that shows up on the map at random, and they provide you with a relevant tool that is associated with them. This initially starts with Gemma asking you to bring her a high-ranked Chatacabra hide, and so she'll make you a pendant in exchange for that. The follow-up quest after that is Smithy's Seal of Quality, which is the one that's going to unlock her as this new hunter tool option. It is an optional quest you'll need to pick up and go do though, and in it, Gemma will place a special trap designed with this spider web in mind. Pretty cool. All you need to do is make sure you activate it talking to Gemma, and then obviously drag it into the spider web. Gemma will be happy, so now you can finish the hunt and hand in the quest at the end to Gemma again to unlock her as a hunting assistant. Meanwhile, Werner's quest was shown up to me at hunter rank 20 and above, and he wants something very similar. So we pop onto his optional quest and go speak with him to activate his unique Trap Bomb, which can be hit by a monster multiple times to explode in its face, allowing you to deal pretty decent bonus damage. After you've completed that and handed it into him, Werner also appears as a hunting assistant at times, so just keep an eye out. There's pop-ups on the right of the screen, as well as when you're looking at the map and what's currently available, and whether it's Gemma or Werner, and just go speak with them if it's available. Surprisingly subtle as a mechanic, so you will need to engage with it when it is available. Lastly, for important side quests that I just want to highlight, as you're progressing the high rank story, of course the frenzy comes up, and involved with that is gore magala himself. When you complete this main story, you'll also be offered a bunch of side quests in each of the locales. These are known as great hunts, where they want you to go fight multiple tempered monsters at the same time in the same hunt. It's my understanding that once you complete these, you unlock that mechanic, the Great Hunt mechanic, in that locale. Now, in terms of the endgame and investigations and relic and decoration farm, Great Hunts are the optimal thing that you want. You're looking for a hunt with the highest tier monsters that are tempered, that have the most rewards. We're talking like 12 relics from one hunt. And because those are great hunts where it has 2 monsters involved, often both tempered, unlocking this great hunt mechanic seems required for that. So I'd strongly recommend you go out and do each of these side quests, taking down the 2 tempered monsters in each of the locales for those pile of side quests. It will take time, but it's good hunter rank and obviously unlocks that all important mechanic. But yeah, that covers it for all of these side quests that are really going to matter in high rank. Things that I think you should not ignore as soon as they are available. I hope this guide and overview was helpful to you. If it was, don't forget to hit like. But for now, I've been Hollow, you've been you, and thanks for watching.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.